The Young and the Restless spoilers full episodes. Saturdays, November 16th, 2024. The aftermath of the crash. Sharon and Phyllis at the center of chaos. In the wake of the catastrophic car crash, Genoa City was left reeling. Phyllis had sustained serious injuries, lying unconscious and battered, while Sharon emerged without a scratch, a fact that only fueled the swirling rumors about her involvement. Whispers spread like wildfire, accusing Sharon of orchestrating the collision, with many speculating that she had intended to kill Phyllis. Sharon found herself under an intense spotlight, her every move scrutinized by those around her. The rumors painted her as a cold-blooded villain, a woman willing to go to any lengths to eliminate her rival. Though she tried to ignore the accusations, each stare and whispered conversation chipped away at her resolve. Sharon's heart weighed heavily, knowing she was innocent, yet feeling helpless to change public opinion. Phyllis's battle for survival. In the hospital, Phyllis lay unconscious, her body battered from the impact. Nick Newman, her former lover and the father of her children, had been the one to find her, and he hadn't hesitated. He rushed her to the hospital, his heart pounding as he watched her life hang in the balance. Guilt gnawed at him, his mind consumed by the thought of losing her. Though their relationship had been tumultuous, Nick knew that he could never forgive himself if Phyllis didn't make it. As he sat by her side, Nick took her hand, his voice thick with emotion. "Please, Phyllis," he whispered, his voice barely audible. "Don't leave me like this. I need you to fight. I'm begging you, come back to us." He could feel the weight of his regret, the memories of their past flashing before him, and the fear that he might lose her forever. Chance and Sharon, rescuing and reeling Chance Chancellor, always vigilant, had also been at the scene, and he was the one who helped Sharon escape the wreckage. Despite the rumors, Chance held on to his belief in Sharon's innocence, knowing the woman she was. But even he could feel the strain as the accusations began to pile up, and he vowed to uncover the truth behind the crash, not only to clear Sharon's name but also to expose the real culprits. As Sharon clung to the support of those few who still believed in her, the pain of being branded a villain weighed on her. She tried to shake off the sense of isolation and betrayal, but found herself increasingly haunted by the rumors as each glance seemed to accuse her anew. Chance assured her he would get to the bottom of it, but for Sharon, the damage to her reputation felt irreversible. The puppeteers, Ian Ward, and Jordan's twisted scheme. From the shadows, Ian Ward and Jordan observed the chaos with smug satisfaction. They had orchestrated every detail, manipulating events to make it appear as though Sharon had intentionally crashed into Phyllis. Watching the city unravel was exactly what they had hoped for, and they reveled in the agony they had caused. For Ian, this was the culmination of years of plotting and scheming. A master manipulator, he had found a kindred spirit in Jordan, whose cruelty and cunning matched his own. Together they were a force of destruction, willing to tear down lives for their twisted amusement. They laughed as they watched their carefully laid plans unfold, savoring the moment as if it were a grand finale. "This is exactly where they should be," Ian mused, his eyes glinting with satisfaction. Sharon on the brink, Phyllis barely clinging to life. They're all playing their roles perfectly. Jordan smirked, her gaze fixed on the hospital where Phyllis lay. "They're nothing but puppets, dancing to our tune. The city is finally ours to control." For them, this was not just a victory. It was a game. And they were winning. The last hurrah? Rumors had circulated that this was Ian and Jordan's final act in Genoa City, a last blaze of chaos before they would disappear from the scene. But for those who knew their history, the thought of a true finale for these two villains seemed too good to be true. Would they really let go of their hold over the city? Could this be the last of their schemes? Or was there another chapter yet to unfold? The citizens of Genoa City could only hope that this was indeed the end for Ian and Jordan. But with the destruction they had wrought, the scars would remain long after they were gone. Their final act was one of pure chaos, leaving behind a trail of shattered lives, broken hearts, and deep-seated mistrust that would take years to heal. The struggle for truth and justice. As Phyllis battled for her life, Nick, Chance, and the few who believed in Sharon's innocence began their own search for the truth. Chance's investigation led him to retrace the events leading up to the crash, hoping to find any clues that could clear Sharon's name. He was determined to bring Ian and Jordan's actions to light, to prove that Sharon was a victim rather than a villain. For Nick, the need to uncover the truth was both personal and emotional. His past with Phyllis gave him a reason to fight, to ensure that she would have the chance to wake up to a world where justice had been served. His dedication was unwavering, and he hoped that when Phyllis opened her eyes, it would be to a future free from the manipulations that had nearly cost her life. A city left to heal. In the coming weeks, as Phyllis's condition stabilized and Sharon began to find her footing again, the truth slowly emerged. Chance's relentless investigation paid off, with evidence pointing directly to Ian and Jordan's hand in the accident. The city was horrified as the full extent of their cruelty was revealed, and Sharon was finally exonerated. Phyllis, upon waking, learned of the horrors she had narrowly escaped and the lengths to which Nick had gone to save her. The two found a fragile peace in the wake of the ordeal, realizing that while they may not always see eye to eye, their bond was deeper than their past differences. For Sharon, the exoneration brought relief, but the scars of the ordeal remained. She struggled to reconcile the damage done to her reputation, yet with the support of friends and family, she began to rebuild her life. The shadows cast by Ian and Jordan would take time to dissipate, but the city rallied around her, recognizing her as a survivor rather than a villain. A farewell to evil? Ian Ward and Jordan's arrest brought a momentary calm to Genoa City, but the question lingered. Was this truly their final act? For a town as turbulent as Genoa, the promise of peace was often short-lived. But in the aftermath of the nightmare they had endured, the people of Genoa City could finally breathe, their faith in each other renewed, and their determination to protect their own stronger than ever. With Ian and Jordan behind bars, the city seemed ready to move forward, yet everyone knew that in Genoa City, peace was never guaranteed. Still, for now, they could hold on to hope, cherishing the lives they had fought to save and the bonds that had grown stronger in the face of darkness. The end, or a new beginning. The residents of Genoa City prepared to rebuild, knowing that this chapter had changed them forever. But as they looked toward the future, one thing remained certain. In Genoa City, the past always had a way of resurfacing, and the shadows were never far behind. Only time would tell whether this was truly the end for Ian and Jordan, or if their legacy of chaos would haunt the city yet again.